Hello, Collective. What's up, y'all? Back with another general reading. This is This and That Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Hopefully, you all are doing extremely well, blessed, and highly favored. You know how we do over here. All right. But we're going to jump right into the read. Thank you all so much for your likes, your views. If you have not subscribed, hopefully you do before the end of the read, or maybe some of the others. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the message overall. Hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful, or you get in it for the vibe, your choice. All right. But we got a few cards already out, and in the energy I'm feeling right now, like there's a lot of people that are desperate, and some more than others to make something right, get back in your good graces, for you to see them in a different light, or for you to notice the change in them, especially for those of you that have no contact, no access, granted pass to none of these people, um, especially if you're a cross watcher. You know what I'm saying? If you got a no access, granted pass, revoked, you've been denied. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For some of you that's cross watching for a lot of signs, because this is a collective read, a lot of these people are keeping y'all on the back burner for a reason. So that's to them. But the few cards that did come out, the first one was more desperate than ever now. The next card, by the end of the summer. The next card, soulmate is close to you. The top of the deck, using their kids to keep him from moving on. And the card after that is I'm addicted to you low key. Um, but what I'm getting off of that so far is, like I said, somebody is, for a lot of y'all, they lingering in your energy. Whoever this person is that come to mind, only you know who that is, so only take what resonate. All right. The entire reading may not even resonate with you. Just parts of it may be resonate with you. It may have been something that already has happened, maybe currently going on, or something to look forward to moving forward. All right. So you have to make your decision, decide what set of consequences you want to deal with. You comfortable with, can sleep with, go to bed with, eat with, you know what I'm saying, from day to day, all that's on you. All right. But I'm getting somebody that's desperate now, they more desperate now than ever. And they can be with someone. This could be somebody that's, a past person, whether they are a lover, whether they are a family member. They were once a close friend for some of you. But it's the thing of, somebody, wanting to get past whatever something is, but knowing they have to, make something right or see something clearly first before they'll know exactly what to make right and where they are at fault at. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you're perfect, but it's one of them things where if you're working on you, they have to work on them, and they may have been doing it or putting off doing it to a later time or at all. Okay. But the more they may linger in your energy and wanting to have access to you, the more they're gonna have to get their shit together to do it. Otherwise, they're gonna be blocked. The universe gonna block them. Your ancestors already blocked them. The Most High, your spirit team done already blocked them. You know what I'm saying? So any attempt that they have to want to come towards some of you ain't happening. That's why some of them are in anxiety, depression, stress. All that's keeping them away from you because they fail to do some things that they know is needed, whether they've never done it before, whether they've never done it for a certain person or anybody at all. Yeah. Some of them got some outdated beliefs in the damn way. All right. But with this, by the end of the summer, some of you could be in a connection by then, by your soulmate being close to you right now. For others of you, you may already be with that person. So something may be, happening by the end of the summer with that. But let's pull some tarot and see like what's going on. Let's see what deck I want to use. pull from this situation today to see what's going on with this desperate. More desperate now than ever. The bottom of this situation is Oracle. You got divine masculine behind that legal court paperwork files. So, like I said, some of you may have a soulmate, or you may have a past person that may be your divine masculine, zaddy. They may be coming up out of something in order to make something right with, they situation, in order for them to move forward or for things to get better for them. But yeah, divine masculine was at the bottom. They could be dealing with some paperwork, dealing with some type of legal matter, whether it's something that, they end up having some involvement with another partner or family member, or some family property or something like that. Um, Especially if they shared a living space together, or they gave this person. Let's just see, all right? Because, like I said, you got divine masculine at the bottom, but you also got your soulmate that's close to you. So whatever it is, when it comes to your high vibe, your positive, mindset, keeping your vibration high, staying away from people from your past, regardless of what kind of attempts they're making to come back around you or wanting to reach out to you, like resisting, um, that urge that they want you to have to reach out to them first, or reach out to them at all. All right. But this new moon, baby, got people more desperate than ever now, child. They having to shit. They hadn't he ain't got, if somebody hadn't got their oil change, they need to do it. I be putting it off, or saying you're gonna get around to it, or study putting a quarter two here and there. Go and get that oil change, boo. Alright. You treat your car right, your car treats you right. You treat your truck right, whatever. It'll treat you right. If you neglecting something it really need, expect it to, neglect you when you really need it. Alright. Clarify more desperate now than ever. Why are they more desperate now than ever? What's this situation regarding them being more desperate now than ever? Clarify. More desperate now than ever. What's the situation? What's the situation? More desperate now than ever. Why are they more desperate now than ever? You got meeting, two or more people discussions, planning. Told you. Bottom of the day, history, past, some past situations, maybe something in the past that happened. Say past happened, history. It's got meeting at the top of the card that came out to clarify that more desperate now than ever. Somebody want to meet with you. It's two or more people. That's what the card say. Two or more people, discussions, planning. Somebody want to, they may be talking with, some people, or wanting to talk with you, but it's two or more people. Somebody's having discussions, planning something. They talking with somebody, like on what to do, what's the best approach, how to approach the situation, how to initiate something. Give me some more on this. More desperate now than ever. With meeting, more desperate now than ever. Clarify meeting. More desperate now than ever. Give me some more on this. Somebody single, current status, available. And then you got interview at the bottom of the deck. Conversation, interview. Somebody want to talk. It's out here again. Somebody want to get on the same page with you. They more desperate now than ever. They single now. Like I said, some of you, they have, ended a connection. They, finalized a divorce. They may be may have been tying up loose ends with legal matters. If there's been something dealing with kids, because they do say somebody using their kids to keep them from moving on. So whether they biologically this person kids, or they, just got some step kids or whatever in this connection that, you know, maybe the reason why they kind of was trying to hang on or trying to make something work or trying to stick something out or settle or something. But like if you look at your rest of your life being like that person or them doing all this to keep you around, it's gonna stay like that. You know, marriage ain't gonna change that unless that was something, you know, you felt like, you know, like, or somebody felt like, you know, they was okay with, you know, because it was with that person. You know, some people make rules for some, break them for others. You know what I'm saying? But this person's single. You know what I'm saying? That's their current status. They available. That's what the card says. So, but yeah, it's an interview. You know, somebody focused their eyes. You know, they got eyes for you, fascinated, watching you. Like this could be somebody that got access to your platforms. If you're on social media, they may um have somebody that they know of, you know, that may can look out, you know, relocate you or something like that, that may have crossed paths with you or know of you, know where to find you or something like that. Or this is somebody, you know, they could have somebody watching you if they know what's going on or where you located. But for others of you, they may just, you know, have access to you in a way that they didn't have before. Like for some of you or somebody in particular, like somebody is watching your platform, whether you barely posted anything that really tells them anything, it don't matter, child. They still watching this shit. They know you still active on that platform. If it's Instagram, if it's Threads, if it's TikTok, whatever. If they know you see you still posting and you active on there, they know at least throughout the day, daily, you know what I'm saying, you posting something, you active, you talking about something, you showing something, you know what I'm saying? And even if you're not, they still watching it. You know what I'm saying? But this guy talk, conversation, get on the same page. Somebody want to talk, you know, especially if they've been waiting to be single, especially if they've been waiting to change their status. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, being available. They may not have been available before because they may have not, you know, may have been indecisive. Give me some more on this desperate now more than ever. Desperate now more than ever. More desperate than ever. More desperate. Okay. Give me some more on this. You got waves, emotions come and go. So this person is in and out of their emotions. You know what I'm saying? I told you this person feel embarrassed, like they feel ashamed, like you may, you know, yeah. Person is feeling like they in like a mental prison, like a 8 of Swords. Mm. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, like somebody feel like they trapped, like in their head. You know, it could be like a mental prison for this person, or somebody they walking away from, but they feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassed because of how you saw them. I feel like at a time when they was not thinking that them being a certain way or having some type of character about them or personality about them, whether they did were like somebody was a different way when they wasn't around you. Like you may have known this person to be, you know, very affectionate, um, very nice. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that this person is like when they not around you, you would never. And for some of you, you may have even, you know, caught the fact that this person got like wandering eyes or they were very flirtatious, you know, in the smallest way. And you may have overlooked it more than one time or caught it one time or something like that for some of you or somebody in particular. And you just never addressed it, never said nothing about it. Maybe that was your first time seeing that person do that after all that time you've been dealing with them or something like that. But we're just very observant and you caught something. And it may have been something they didn't do all the time, but they did it. And that's all it took. This person ain't like that no more. But it's the fact that you see something in them about them that you probably just didn't like or didn't like seeing because of who they are, who they were to you at the time, how you felt about them then. But this person had waves of emotion that come and go. They come and go. And I feel like it's because they don't know if they need to move on because of what they're embarrassed by, that then came, something may be revealed and shown to you before them about them. And it's like before they can tell you what's going on with them or what it was they are guilty of, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just proving that you was right, or that your instincts or your intuition, your discernment was right in the first place. Not how some people think that your insecurity, or they drive you to be or think in an insecure way, that's what led them to do what they did. No, this person was already doing it. They just wasn't used to somebody calling them out about it. Um, Somebody is not used to you calling them out. Whoever this is that is on your mind, like they not used to you calling them out about something that they in the moment about, like they're in the midst of right then. You know how like somebody has conversations, or whenever you talk, when you and this person talk, it's like certain topics you talk about is regarding them. It's about them or somebody around them, whether they telling you about a co-worker or a family member going through something or something like that. It's like somebody brings that up as like it's dealing with somebody else, but it's actually them. And you might address it, or you might give your insight about it, your opinion about it, or your um 2 cent about it. But it's like you giving this person insight to what they talking about, and especially if they don't think you talking about them. This is how you'll know who this person is I'm talking about. That's desperate now, more desperate than ever now. Okay, like somebody is more desperate than ever now to come towards you, like to reveal to you they single, that they planning something, they want to discuss, they discussing something, planning something with somebody right now, they meeting with people or an individual about something. um and I feel like it's got a lot to do with them, moving forward. I'm hearing that song Matrimony by Wale, when Seinfeld was like, so um you never really know, you know, how something like marriage or something like that. He was like, no, because it's new. It's a journey. It's new. You've never been on it. You never. It's something like that. That's what I'm getting. But this person, they in and out of their emotions because they don't know if they're gonna have to move on with those emotions, or if they can ever get back with you to express them and actually, live in them emotions with you, instead of living with them emotions and being without you. Hmm. I want to see what's going on by the end of the summer, though. What's going on by the end of the summer? I already pre-shuffled this deck, but I'm gonna split it before I pull from. Clarify by the end of the summer. Why the 3 of Wands in reverse? Clarify by the end of the summer. With the 3 of Wands in reverse. By the end of the summer. Yeah. Got the Emperor and you got the 3 of Wands. It came out in reverse with the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So somebody maybe, have lost their direction, like had that lack of vision, or they got some self-doubt about them taking action, like actually, or somebody was very indecisive when it came to, moving forward, taking a chance, taking that leap of faith, to embark on this journey. And I feel like whoever this emperor is, because the emperor came out with the 3 of Wands, with the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and the 5 of Pentacles. And somebody won't, this is some type of heartbreak or separation from a heartbreak. But I feel like now it's like some type of emotional pain or some type of sorrow, some emotional pain that somebody's dealing with. Like I said, they in and out of their emotions as it is when it comes to those waves of emotion. You know what I'm saying? But something is gonna pass by the end of the summer, because I feel like somebody want to come in out of the cold. They don't want to um keep dealing with with some type of isolation or something like that, isolating themselves, or they feel some type of loss or setback or struggle, even especially if this person's struggling with making that decision, because like I said, they don't know how something is going to go when it comes to them having that approach or having that initiation of contact, that point of contact, initiating the conversation of what they can say or what they can lead with saying that will keep you, interested in hearing what they got to say even. Because I feel like if this person if they intro ain't right, whatever it is, it may they ain't gonna get the outcome they want. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like now somebody, may not have ever had to put in this kind of work with somebody. And I feel like this is why somebody took so long to make a decision and being indecisive. It's like somebody being in relationship mode whenever they around you or were around you, but actually not calling it that. That's crazy. Like somebody do relationship stuff, like y'all together. It looked like, y'all together, y'all doing things like a couple would do. Like people probably even thought you was married already to this person, but you wasn't. And I feel like that's why somebody can keep having these waves of emotion, though, because this person know how something feel and how something would look if they wanted it. But I feel like it's the fact that they didn't know, moving, future wise, like they couldn't see into it. And that's why somebody took a while, in taking that leap of faith to do this. And the 3 of Wands is clarified in reverse. It's clarified by this emperor. What's the 3 of Wands in reverse with the emperor? End of the summer. What's the 3 of Wands in reverse with the emperor? What's the 3 of Wands in reverse with the emperor? Yeah, the Knight of Swords. I'm telling you, somebody could, with the justice at the bottom of the deck, somebody coming in hot, baby. They coming in like, with a lot of determination. So expect some big changes, to happen by the end of the summer. Because this is somebody that, is wanting to seize the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody finally getting that loan that they, been waiting on to be approved. Like they finally getting that email of, hey, we've reviewed your information, we've, gotten everything we need, and we want here to tell you congratulations, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that. Yeah. Because at the bottom of the deck you got Justice, 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, and the World in reverse. So somebody, is seeing you working hard, or somebody's, looking at, taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, losses could be won because this person, is possibly, having to, like I said before in the beginning, doing some type of paperwork, some legal issues, but there's some lawsuits, something being won here. But it's also, giving like cause and effect with this justice. Like somebody is taking accountability. And they're looking at why they feel this way. Like I'm having these waves of emotion because of this. This is possibly how the collective felt. You get what I'm saying? Now they feeling, now they understand what it feel like to put somebody in that situation or to handle somebody this way. Now that they having to look at themselves being the one that did it. Like, this is me. I handled this person this way. This is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling about coming towards them, feeling the way I feel about their reaction to what I might say or do or want to do or have with them. This is the same thing I put them through. So this is why I'm dealing with this. So I'm gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, suck it up, you know what I'm saying, and take that, you know, take that at, by the, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to take that on the chin. Cause I did that. I did that. I created, the hardest comeback from this that I could possibly do. I did, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody wanted to, have a grand entrance, it's over with. This is by far, this is gonna have to be by far the biggest grand entrance they'll ever make. And they ain't gonna never forget this. If they come back from this and they able to reconcile with you, whether it's family or love or something like that, take it how it resonate. Um, if they ever is able to come back from this, because I'm also getting that connection with love and basketball with Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan. And look how, they, fought that urge to, work things out with each other to the point where, they fake happy for the other person and stuff like that, moving on. Cause even they parents, at least Sanaa Lathan's mom knew that her daughter, was going through the motions of a heartbreak, possibly with somebody, she just didn't imagine seeing herself without, not even as a friend. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm getting. But this emperor coming in like a knight of swords. You know what I'm saying? They wanting to seize this opportunity, this moment. Could be a water sign. Somebody could have air in their chart or double air. Somebody could be a Libra. And you got fire out here with the 3 of Wands and the Emperor. Yeah. I'm hearing that song, that line, fire and desire will burn in you forevermore. Yeah, rock with me tonight for old time's sake. And then You Are My Lady by Freddie Jackson. Yeah. But somebody gonna be coming in by the end of the song, this Night of Swords, somebody coming in like with some communication. Could be, like I said, it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be this Aquarius, could be this air sign, you could have fire in your chart. Mm. Clarify soulmate is close to you. Soulmate is close to you. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Cancer energy with the Queen of Wands. I mean the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And the 5 of Wands and the Moon. And the child, somebody is divine feminine. Yeah, somebody want to come in and give you an offer. Yeah. Whoever this is, they could have been somebody, like I said, he was in some type of entanglement with. And maybe because they were going through the motions of like ending something somewhere else or trying to keep the peace somewhere else, or trying to decide on where they were and where they possibly could be. It's like somebody got with somebody before you, and when they met you, it's like somebody saying, damn, I met my person after I married somebody else, or I met my person after I gave somebody else an offer before them. So just say that this person was involved with somebody and they were, going through the motions of like some type of breakup or separation or something because of something that happened between them. And in that time they met you. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why they were not wanting to just jump right into something. Maybe they thought, this person would come back around, and they were trying to, leave the door open for them. But the more they did that, went that route, they got close to you. Things about you kind of comforted this person to a fault. It comforted your energy, your presence, their involvement with you comforted them to a point to where they almost this person lost themselves in the moment with you to the point where if they had forgot about this person then and just took you up on that offer and took that leap of faith, ain't no telling where y'all would have been right now. But they would have still had to deal with that issue with that past person or that person they just ghosted for you, because that was unfinished business. That was a cycle that, needed to be closed out, or you would have been dealing with this person trying to, close out that cycle with them while they giving you a commitment. Okay. So something basically had to end for something else to begin, and completely be cleared out. Okay. And for others of you, this soulmate could be somebody totally new. This could be something they may have been going on, things they had to walk away from in order to get this new beginning, this fresh start themselves. You know what I'm saying? So this could be their story too. All right. But you got a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, a divine feminine, somebody very passionate. You could be somebody like a counselor, a therapist. People, confide in you. They may tell you things you didn't even ask. They tell you stuff they would never tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? But this is some type of competition. They may have put you in one. They may be people that they've been involved with is wanting to compete, and where they don't compare. And then they may feel like there may be some type of tension between you and them. When you get with this soulmate or something like that, but not between you and them, but there may be some conflict and some type of competition outside of y'all that may be gunning for both of y'all. Okay. Like there may be some arguments, there may be some disputes, you know what I'm saying? Or this was somebody at one time that just had that lack of cooperation. Like they, battling with themselves too. Yeah. Somebody could have been, oh, this is you. Like somebody is having like some kind of conflict of interest. Like you could be battling with yourself on like, whether you want to deal with this person or you want to be with them or this is them. You know what I'm saying? But it's them getting out of their own head with the moon, with deception. You know what I'm saying? Using their intuition. And not looking at something like it's an illusion, like, like it's something they're not seeing. And for some of you, it's not going to be something everybody needs to know about either. So being that the soulmate is close to you, this is going to be a union. I feel like that is going to need to be quiet. I mean, celebrated, but I feel like social media wise, no. Publicly do what you will with that. You know what I'm saying? However you want to do that. Clarify the 2 of Cups, soulmate close to you. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo as well. Clarify the 2 of Cups. Soulmate is close to you. Yeah, now you got the 2 of Swords with the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be some opposing forces. Like with this 2 of Swords, like somebody is trying to keep somebody blinded from the truth, or like trying to possibly try to bring some type of connection, like to be more difficult to go towards than it actually is. And you're gonna know who this person is because they may have had a connection with you that was at a stalemate. Like you may have felt, a connection, like y'all may have an emotional bond or understanding with each other. But I feel like this is somebody that also may have um had something else going on when it came to making difficult choices. Especially if they felt like, that was a third party interference or a third party that they were already initially involved with. I feel like for some of you or somebody in particular, somebody may have told you they were involved with somebody and how um that may have went as to why, them and that person may not be together. But how when you get with somebody and y'all fall out or something like that, the minute you get with somebody else, all of a sudden that person want to come back. hmm Like they try real hard to come back. Like I mean that line from LL Cool J, like, I'm making a comeback. I've been here for years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, somebody, is making a comeback. Yo, you and this person may have been together for some years or whatever, 6 at the most. Because at the top of my deck, my makeshift deck is got using their kids to keep them from moving on. The next card is I'm addicted to you low key. The next card after that is 6 years. Okay. So you and this person could have, had some involvement, with each other um for a total of 6 years. May not be consecutive years, but they may have been 6 years altogether. All right, but this is somebody that, thought they had endless choices. That's how you'll know who this person is. With this soulmate being close to you, yeah. And if for some of you, this could also be, who this person is desperate now more than ever to, you know what I'm saying? But this is somebody that thought they had choices, you know what I'm saying? Or was looking for their purpose in all these different people, trying to see which one was going to stick out, to them as, them being the more suit, the best suitor for them. But, in the end of the day, this person ended up, dealing with some type of sadness behind this too. Now they finding balance with the temperance. Yeah. Somebody finding balance now because they want this new beginning, Ace of Pentacles. Or they see you getting one. Clarify this Two of Swords. What's this Two of Swords about? Yeah, you got the King of Swords with the Death. And the Fool at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yeah, somebody is going through a transformation and they also um are coming with some type of clarity now, because I feel like when it comes to this transformation, them in and out of cycle, um and having to understand why they doing it, getting rid of like excess stuff. But it's, the birth of like a new opportunity. Somebody's, going through I feel like a emotional, somebody having an emotional awakening, right? And they also going through a transformation of themselves, like somebody letting the old things about them fall away that they know they can't take with them. These are habits, outlooks, actions that I can't take with me because look where it got me. Look what it has caused me to do. Like I ended up hurting somebody that didn't deserve it. Like I ended up treating somebody a certain way that didn't deserve it because of myself, things I needed to, look at as an issue personally. You know what I'm saying? And me thinking that that person was going to come back to that was crazy. With this Fool in reverse, hell yeah, with the Chariot in reverse, child, this person was out there, and man, especially if they were dealing with somebody that was making them be that way to be with them. It's like somebody, didn't mind them doing, the shit they was doing, because it kept them going back and forth. Somebody like makeup sex, somebody like, falling out. They think that's love. Whoever this is that they got to walk away from, or they ended things with, closing out cycles with. These are people that like the competition. They like the drama. They like that shit. They like it. And I feel like this person enjoyed, that for a time when they seen that it was keeping people around them, but not the person they want. Shit, not the person they want. This King of Swords is going through a death. Okay, this is somebody that is thinking from a higher standard. This soulmate that's close to you, they somebody that thinks from a higher standard. This is somebody that um has a lot of mental clarity now. You know what I'm saying? They may not have in the past, or especially if this is a past person, if this is a new person, this new person don't went through a death. You know what I'm saying? They don't went through a transformation, a change. You know what I'm saying? They don't let a lot of things fall away that don't serve them. And I feel like they may have been attached to somebody, past or present, with somebody that was hiding in the shadows. Like somebody was hiding who they and how they really were, or how they really are going to be if that person had chose them. Like if they did choose a third party, that person had a hidden agenda, and they were not going to let that hidden agenda find them out before they get what they want. It's like marrying somebody not knowing that they the op. And once you met, that movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm getting that, with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. I'm getting that. It's like you fall for somebody not knowing they your op, but you don't fail for them. Yeah, like you and this person ended up, being each other op, but y'all ended up being each other person because of the things that the person had going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, double lives kind of thing. With this Two of Swords, it's clear, it's clarified by this this King of Swords with the death. Give me some more on this Two of Cups. Give me some more on this Two of Cups. The Hangman with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so like I said, this is somebody that thinks from their higher self. This is somebody that knows the meaning of sacrifice for their higher self. They know the meaning of why they have to let something go, when to let it go with the Two of Pentacles, and why, what to invest in, and why not to invest in this. You know what I'm saying? They know. Um, yeah. And this is, somebody knowing that they gonna have to, make better decisions now that they, in a state of mind that requires them to, realize you have to be responsible for your decisions and the outcome. You can't blame other people because they participated in something that you orchestrated. You still gonna have to, carry your weight and the consequences of your actions based on the fact that you set this up. You may not have seen it through turning out this way, but yeah. This soulmate that's close to you, this is somebody that thinks from their higher self. This is somebody that knows the meaning of sacrifice, especially when it comes to something that is beneficial and is meant, and is good for them. Give me some more on this Two of Swords out here. Give me some more on this Two of Swords. You got the Eight of Pentacles with the Strength. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo. whoever this is, they may be trying to keep themselves busy. Like they may be working more, like working extra hours, or they, somebody has, are they putting more work into themselves? Like somebody is working on them. I feel like whatever they feel like is hidden, or whatever they feel like is whatever these difficult choices is. I feel like somebody is looking at how much work they need to do on themselves, or they have done, or somebody else has done on themselves. Like whatever it is that somebody is, especially if it comes to like some type of hidden communication, or somebody not knowing why somebody not wanting to communicate with them. I don't know if they, faking like they busy, but it's giving like somebody working on themselves, like somebody's pouring into themselves, like they mastering themselves. With the way this person working on this card. I'm also getting somebody. I want to say this. Whoever this is like at a stalemate, or they were like feeling like they got some difficult choices to make. I feel like this person is throwing themselves into work, like they, um, or they have, put a lot of work into themselves, or whatever this is that they, are hiding. Seem like they hiding behind, or is hidden, or something that they doing, that is actually a coping thing, or something like that that they doing. Because I feel like, at the bottom of the deck, you got the strength and you got the 9 of Swords. Yeah. And somebody done, had somebody else possibly, with some sleepless nights, behind this too, especially with your strength. And this person now, is at that level, or whoever this soulmate is that's close to you, like somebody has that is matching that level of bravery now. You know what I'm saying? Like overcoming obstacles and stuff, like not letting time, just be wasted. Somebody is not, like if somebody was sitting on the fact that they was not putting in the work to make something, turn something around, they ain't doing it now. They not just sitting on that. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody now, if they feel like they got some difficult choices to make, it's something they not seeing, somebody gonna have to keep going. Like they gonna have to keep working on themselves and things like that, because um somebody is not easily influenced or persuaded. And for you, you could be, with your strength, you can easily persuade somebody, or whoever they dealing with or were dealing with may have been easily, could easily persuade this person. But with the strength out here at the bottom of the deck, like somebody is, you know, dealing with somebody that got a lot of confidence. The soulmate that's close to you, they got a lot of confidence, they got a lot of strength, but they are matching that with you. And I feel like it's got a lot to do with the fact that they done had to get to a breaking point to do that. Whoever the soulmate is, man or woman, like they have had to get, how some people say, when you done had enough, you'll finally, do take another route. You'll go get it on another path. You know what I'm saying? Apparently you hadn't had enough of, something turning out the way it is, or failing at something, or not doing something about something and just letting something go and not working on it, or something like that. If it's a car, if it's a person, if it's a job, You're gonna, when you done had enough of something being a certain way, you'll do something different. You'll go somewhere else. You'll try something new. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like that's, maybe like what you're not seeing, whatever somebody actions are like, especially if this is you. You know what I'm saying? You may be feeling like you got some difficult choices, or this person does, but this is somebody that knows, you know, behind the scenes, this person is mastering themselves, like they, accomplishing, their skills. Is somebody with a lot of ambition. They're a hard worker. Like they working hard, not just at what they do, but who they are, who they becoming. What's the Two of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles? What's the Two of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles? That's too many. Let me reshuffle. But this person, they coming in by the end of the summer. So clarify the Two of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. What's the Two of Swords? Ten of Cups. With the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Can't make it up. Like somebody is, working toward they happily ever after. And they master themselves to get to this. And somebody has accomplished, this Ten of Pentacles by doing it. By doing it. Like, and I feel like people that want to pry into whatever this connection is that is coming in for you, they're going to be blocked. Like this is going to be a Two of Swords for them. Those people. Yeah. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got the Ace of Pentacles with the Six of Wands. There's a victory here. And I'm telling you, it's going to be some conflict. It's going to be some arguments for sure. With this high priest. Yeah. Yes, indeed, child. Especially, if this is a new person. Is this a new person? This soulmate that's coming in, that's close to the collective? Is this a new person? Is this someone new? Upright, yes, for personal. Is this someone new that's coming in? This soulmate? Yep. Two of Wands. Came out in the upright. Upright, yes, reverse, no. But yeah, it could possibly be an Aries. Don't have to be. But whoever it is, they third eye wide open, child. They making a decision. This is somebody, that's planning. Because that's what the Two of Wands is about. It's somebody, making decisions. You know what I'm saying? Having discussions, discovering things, you know what I'm saying? Going after them answers, you know what I'm saying? They may not have been wanting to take the leap of faith before, but the only way you're going to find out is if you actually embark on that journey, you know what I'm saying? And take off and go. And this is something this person been imagining themselves doing. And I feel like at some point, this person, was looking elsewhere into other interests, thinking they're going to find, that peace or that excitement, that fulfillment somewhere else. No. Or with others. No. Mm-mm. Any more on this message? But yeah, they coming. But I feel like for, those of you that got somebody returning from the past, they may be changing. They may have made some changes, but they don't need to be making them for you. You know what I'm saying? That's too many that came. Any more on this message that my collective needs to know? All the spirit on that. Anything else they need to know about this message? Ohio can be significant. I just saw that. Louisiana could be significant. First, middle, last initial B can be significant. Anything else? Anything else on this message? My collective needs to know. Holy Spirit, just somebody could be putting your name in jars, trying to freeze things for you. See what I'm saying? This card says putting your name in jars to freeze things in your life. And then you got the Knight of Cups at the top of my deck. I'm gonna make sure that I feel like this is somebody that don't want to see somebody move forward, of course. And this don't even have to be nobody you know. So just know when people put people name in jars or somebody, I'm the type of person that somebody asks me what somebody's name is, I'll make some shit up because I don't know what their intentions is. I can't expect somebody to do that for me. You know what I'm saying? But I feel sorry. I pity the fool that do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and say, oh, the collective name is this. And not knowing, anything about them spiritually, you just know their name, child, can put you in the worst predicament that you would ever want to be in. So asking me somebody's name, Emily, clarify putting your name in jars. Who is this? To freeze things in your life. Show me this person putting name in jars. Child, the Tower and the Nine of Cups over this Ace of Pentacles. Yes, somebody don't like the fact that somebody see wish fulfillment. They see achievement and growth somewhere else, especially with you, like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a Pisces doing this, putting your name in jars to do this, possibly because they in a fucking tower, or somebody is in a tower over the fact that there's a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, that somebody, is, looking at material success and things like that. Somebody want to freeze things in your life. It's given like somebody may have legal issues because somebody don't want them to move forward with, the success of building with somebody else off their finances. They could be, this emperor, they got a lot of, they got a lot of accomplishments, that they, have to share, the benefits of. They have planted a lot of seeds that they just, waiting, to get the return on. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this tower, somebody is, going through some sudden change, like some catastrophic destruction. Somebody got a tower for doing this. If they haven't, they finna. They're about to. Because I feel like, the tragedy of what somebody is trying to keep somebody else in because they not doing something with them. It's coming back to them. Like something is blocked. Clarify this tower. Because you got the Nine of Cups out here. This is about somebody's success. Eight of child. Yeah, somebody feeling powerless, like unproductive, like the victim mentality. Like somebody feel like, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no way, they finna, do me like this. Somebody, what somebody wanted or was celebrating somebody else, breadcrumbing you or doing you like, yeah. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles. 666 can be significant because Ten of Swords, something that ended. A cycle is over. You know what I'm saying? This is like somebody having this bitterness, this betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Somebody deeply wounded behind this because they feel like this is a betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, how you gonna? Yes, indeed. Like somebody. Mm. And like I said, it could be, a air sign. I mean, a water sign getting a towel because of this. Like something is breaking down around them and they could possibly go to jail. This person could be, in some type of legal issues, feeling powerless, you know what I'm saying? Trapped in their damn head, like I said, just feeling restricted, trapped, you know what I'm saying? Threatened at this point. Because you moved on, Six of Swords, moved on to calmer waters. You know what I'm saying? Letting go, leaving, past behind, you know what I'm saying? Going on your journey. This is a relief for somebody like, damn, finally. Hmm. Clarify the Tower with the Eight of Swords. You got Gemini out here with the Eight of Swords. What's the Tower with the Eight of Swords? We're going to close out. What's the Four of Swords? Libra energy. Okay. So somebody, is over here protecting their peace, you know what I'm saying? And contemplating, recuperating. This is you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot in reverse. Like, yeah, this is somebody that, don't have no self-control, no self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? But they forceful, like somebody be trying to, make something, shape that they can't. They don't even have the spiritual, protection, let alone the ranking to do this. Somebody willpower is too strong, and somebody, um, the art of communication, like when it comes to your praying with this Four of Swords, when it comes to somebody praying over their self cleansing, somebody protected, like they can't do this. And then now they in a mental prison behind this shit. Like somebody is battling, especially if somebody is blocked in communication, like they can't, um, like if somebody cut somebody off and they're not communicating with them and stuff like that, like, yeah. But this is out, this is somebody also trapped in their head too. Because somebody done cut off communication with them. And I feel like this tower came because somebody finally, is going through a painful loss. You know what I'm saying? Of the fact that this person is doing them the way they being done. Because somebody don't see them as wish fulfillment. Somebody want to stop, your blessings from coming true, your soulmate blessings from coming true, having any type of, achievement, you know, somebody does not want you to achieve mental success, you know what I'm saying? Financial success, spiritual success. Like somebody does not want you to achieve that. They don't have to be a Pisces. They could be, in it, water sign, you know what I'm saying? But you over here protecting your peace, you know, staying clean, staying protected, and you got a lot of protection. But you over here protecting your peace, praying in the order you manifesting and stuff. They can't fuck with that. They can't. They can't. But we're gonna end it here, collective. You got the Knight of Cups, and you got 47 could be of significance as well. At some point, you may have been 47 in them 6 years. So take it how it resonate. You got B out here too. So first, middle, last, initial B could be of significance. I'm gonna end it here, collective. Hopefully, the message resonates and/or is helpful. Congratulations to you and the success that you got coming in. Your blessings by the end of the summer. As always, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys, I love you. Bye.